Welcome into Zions Bank Stadium for the 14th matchup between these two sides and what has been a heated back and forth contest always. David Horst, Landon Southwick, thanks for tuning in here on ESPN Plus, and welcome to Harriman, Utah. David, Phoenix Rising has been playing well as of recent. 4-0 victory against Las Vegas, and the wheels are starting to turn for this side.
Yeah, they're a team that started the year out with a lot of draws. Now they're starting to finally find their rhythm and getting some wins. Now, can they keep that momentum going on the road? When you win on the road, that's the real test of a good team. So can Phoenix Rising, can they rise up to that challenge tonight and beat the Monarchs on the road?
One of the things the Monarchs have to figure out is they lost last time here at Zions Bank Stadium. Only the third ever loss here at Zions Bank Stadium, and they really didn't look comfortable. It was one of the few times that I could confidently say they did not look like themselves here.
Yeah, they've been on a little bit of a downturn recently. They've had a lot of injuries, a lot of guys that are missing. So can they finally get themselves going again? They had a great performance in Oklahoma. They got tight. They were tough defensively. They got out of there with a 1-1 draw. Now they're at home again. Can they get that momentum going again in their favor?
Let's check out the standings across the USL and see where both sides sit. As you can see that up on your screen, New Mexico United, the #1 team in the Western Conference. Phoenix in the third spot. The Monarchs all the way down in 15th. But they have 12 points. So you look at the standings, 3 points tonight would be huge for them to rise them back up into that playoff picture, and an opportunity for them to do so. I mean, this is still early on in the year. Let's check out the storylines for tonight's contest and see how this one's going to play out. As you can see, this is the 14th meeting between the two sides. Monarchs hold a 6-5-1 advantage all time, and there's been 49 yellow cards, David. 49 between these two sides.
This is a little bit of a rivalry game for the Monarchs and Rising, so it's going to be a tough game. The Monarchs have to meet that same energy that the Rising has and go from there.
We're going to take a quick break and be back with lineups before opening kick. America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America, start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
A lot can happen when your sidekick is a dog.
Kicker! I got this.
That's why you use Zelle in the Mountain America app. It makes sending and receiving money fast and easy. So Kicker and I can keep the adventure going.
Zelle is now in the Mountain America mobile app. Quickly send and receive money from almost anyone with a bank account in the U.S.
Kicker, my sleeping bag.
I've got this.
All with the convenience and security of the Mountain America app.
In Utah. It was a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Harriman, Utah. Clouds have kind of settled in. Temperatures not too bad. Good crowd on hand here for Military Appreciation Night. Let's check out the starting lineups for both sides, starting with Phoenix Rising.
Really watch out tonight for Phoenix Rising with Adam John up top. They're going to attack in numbers, and they're going to look to find their big man all night to kind of bring that ball down and start the attack for them every single time. Now, Asante on the right side there, he is their leading goal scorer in the year. So the Monarchs are going to have to be aware of where he is at all times, because he can make anything happen at any moment in this game.
Great looking side there from Phoenix Rising. 3 changes from their last week's game against Las Vegas. Let's check out the Monarchs and how they're going to start tonight.
Now, there's quite a few players that have come down from the first team, Landon. How are they going to integrate into this starting lineup? Now, there's been a lot of lineup fluctuation over the past few weeks. So, can the Monarchs bring all of these new faces together and play as a team tonight?
And that's going to be a challenge with these new faces, with these guys that maybe don't have consistent minutes. The back line's going to look a little different than it has as of recent, and even the midfield for that matter.
I mean, everything's going to look different all over the field, Landon. I mean, you got guys coming down from the first team, guys coming up from the academy. So I'm really excited to see how can they put everything together and kind of mix and match all the different puzzle pieces they have tonight. Now, Eric Holt's a guy that we have seen at center back throughout the year, but he's going to be playing in the 6th spot tonight for the Monarchs. Now, I know that's what he played in college, but what can he do at the pro level in that same position?
And that's one of those things that he's going to have to figure out how he can be effective in that midfield and not drop too far back and clog up that back line and allow too much space in the midfield for Phoenix Rising, because that's one of the places that they play very well with the likes of Asante. As we're underway here at Zions Bank Stadium, Monarchs going to move from right to left or north to south here at Zions Bank Stadium. They'll be in their all blacks with Phoenix Rising in their whites with the red trim. Good-looking kits from both sides. Akumu will play it long, looking forward. Try to find Chang. Martinez is going to get on the end of it. Martinez out wide to Brody. Brooks Lennon making the overlap. Lennon played a few minutes last night in Real Salt Lake's win. Shot! Header, excuse me. Looked like it might have taken a deflection, but goes off the head of Martinez and up and over the crossbar.
And now that's one of the things that the Monarchs have been lacking in recent weeks is that service from the outside where Brooks Lennon gets himself up the sideline and he whips in a great ball to Douglas Martinez. Now, honestly, Douglas Martinez, he's got to do a little bit better than that. That was a great ball from Brooks Lennon. Now, we've talked so much about Martinez and how well he has done. He's got to put that one away for the Monarchs early.
It's one of those guys that's done well at providing service and assists. 3 assists on the season. Only 1 goal to this point, was out with an injury as of recent, but back in the starting 11 tonight for this Monarch side, and an opportunity to try to find the score sheet early for him goes over the crossbar.
Yeah, and I feel kind of bad for Douglas Martinez in how much work this guy has put in every single week, and he doesn't have the goals to show for it.
Holt tries to slow up play. Lambert. Out wide, inside to Asante. Lambert. Booyah. Inside to Farrell. Cochran, former teammate of yours, actually.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to AJ. He was a young player when I was a veteran on the Houston Dynamo, and I kind of mentored him a little bit, so I love seeing him, being successful at this level right now.
Asante goes down, no foul called. Martinez stripped of it. Holt there battling. Like we've mentioned, 49 yellow cards shown in 13 different games. Tonight's the 14th matchup. So I would expect this one to be a little heated. There was a period of time in 2016 where they played 4 different games during a season against each other.
It's one of those rivalries that, it's going to get a little feisty. And you know what? I would love to see the Monarchs early on here. I'd love to see someone put in a hard tackle and let the Phoenix Rising know, hey, this is the Monarchs' house. It's going to be a long night. Even if you have to take a yellow card early on, Landon, sometimes you need to let the other team know that, it's going to be a battle tonight.
Monarchs have struggled conceding goals early on in game. In the first 30 minutes have conceded 7 goals. It's a little missed touch there. Back to Putna, trying to get it wide to Powder, and that will go out for a Phoenix Rising throw-in. Monarchs also have struggled just to start games. Had an early opportunity, but most games have kind of just struggled to get out of the gate.
They've been very slow starters, and it's taken the other team to either get a really good chance, Landon, or to put one away on them to kind of wake them up a little bit and get going. Can they kind of fix that this week, and can they have a strong start here? We're 3.5 minutes in. I'd like to see them be, a little bit more feisty and a little bit more aggressive here.
Set piece opportunity there from Phoenix Rising. And they're gonna allow it to move on. Dobko, the center referee, is gonna let advantage play. Turns into an opportunity kind of for the Monarchs temporarily. Ball played forward from the back line by Cochran. More than anything, just trying to clear his line.
I taught him that ball right there, Landon. That nice long clear, I taught him that.
Hit it as hard as you can. Well, you should have taught him to maybe find somebody. I don't know if that was your technique, not find anybody. No, just clearing his line, though. Giveaway from the Monarchs. Holtz there. The foul's going to be called. It'll be a set-piece opportunity for Phoenix Rising. They look to slow things up and take advantage of the opportunity. They'll play across the back line. Out wide. Lambert. Hill clips it in, back, looking back stick. Caught too much of that one, though. Putna. The goal kick puts it really high up, trying to find Brooks Lennon. Brooks Lennon rises high. Holtz able to settle. Monarchs have an opportunity to go forward. It's out wide here on the near side to Powder. Trying to find Martinez. Martinez touch got away from him a little bit. Good tracking back there by Andrew Brody, who's playing in a slightly different role. We've seen him in this role a couple times with the Monarchs, but you're seeing him tonight as Holt with a rough touch there. Puts it out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Phoenix Rising.
I mean, Brooks is going to play in his normal spot that he plays at that outside back, and Brody's kind of got pushed forward a little bit. But Brody's not a stranger to that position, Landon. He's had a lot of experience throughout his academy years, through his Monarchs years here, of playing kind of like that wing, that outside mid position. So I don't expect him to miss a beat tonight.
He's wearing the captain's armband for the Monarchs tonight. Asante wearing the captain's armband for Phoenix Rising. Something that we'd be remiss if we did not mention, Brooks Lennon playing against a side. He's from Arizona, playing against this Phoenix side, being a player from down in the sun. The Monarchs have their RSL organization has quite a few guys from Arizona, especially because of the academy being there for so many years.
We have the RSL organization has a wonderful affiliation down there in RSL Arizona, so it's just natural that they're going to get a lot of players from that area, and it's a place where you can play all year round, so Arizona is going to produce a lot of talented soccer players.
As you can hear, Martin Vasquez, head coach for the Real Monarchs in his first season, 5th coach in team history for the side, took over coming from the RSL Academy. On the opposite side, Rick Shantz took over in November of 2018, 4th coach in team history, led the team to the USL Cup Championship last year, only to fall in that game. Looking back stick, and an opportunity defended well, though, by Phoenix Rising. Just put that out of the path. Dumbuya from Chang. Chang tries to turn. John, the big body up there, applying pressure on Pierre. Another academy product. Silva to Okomu. Silva and Okomu. This partnership's not one we've seen, obviously. Silva, first-team player.
You know, it's a very inexperienced partnership, but I love that they're kind of partnering these two guys up right now. Stanley Kumo, a guy with a ton of potential. Marcelo Silva, a guy that's been all over the world, has played at the highest level. Can Stanley learn from Marcelo tonight and the way he moves and the things that he does and kind of carry that on when Marcelo is not here to play with the Monarchs?
Pierre. Monarchs missing a few guys, as one of them, most notably the keeper for the Monarchs with the U20 national team. They played their first game in a loss. They'll play again tomorrow. He did not feature, but a lot of people think he'll have an opportunity in their next game. Ooh, scary opportunity there. Almost a giveaway by the Monarchs, and one of the things that's plagued them throughout the season, bad giveaways just in front of their back line.
A lot of the opportunities.
Martinez inside the box. Martinez kept out of the back.
A lot of the opportunities that they have given up this year, Landon, have been balls that they have given away in their own defensive third. And we've talked about this many times in the fact that the Monarchs aren't necessarily being broken down in games. They are giving the balls away in bad areas and then getting countered, and teams are scoring that way. So if the Monarchs can eliminate those bad mistakes, they'll be really solid defensively.
First corner of the match coming for the Monarchs, as Martinez had a shot on goal on Lubin. Lubin did a good job to stay big and make sure that one had no chance. Corner whipped in, inside the box, punched away by Lubin. Avila settles out wide to Brody. Monarchs gonna have another opportunity to recycle. In, Marcelo Silva, goal! Marcelo Silva! And that's how you take advantage of an opportunity.
And Landon, you gotta love, the center back goes up for the initial corner kick, doesn't come back, and as you see in the replay, he stays forward, and it's a great ball in the box. And Marcelo Silva's Johnny on the spot with a great finish.
You got to question the defensive marking there by both center backs. He found himself between three defenders.
It's one of those things that the play is not over until the ball is fully cleared. And in that instance, Phoenix Rising, they just lost track of Marcelo Silva for just a split second, and he punished him for it, Landon.
Monarchs take the 1-0 lead in the 10th minute of play. Assist to Brody. Now Phoenix Rising is going to have to see if they can step up to the challenge. They're a side that's very capable. They're a side that I've been high on the last few years. Very quality, and they have great attacking players. John has scored 5 goals in the last 4 matches in all competitions. So he's very capable. 6 goals on the season for him.
They are an extremely dangerous attacking side, and the fact that they're a team that can really score at any time. When you have Asante on the outside there, you have to be aware of him, because on a counterattack, he can just explode down that sideline and punish you for it. And then you have John, who sits in the middle, and he's a big body, so he's going to make it extremely hard on the center backs. And the fact that, you know, he's going to battle every single minute of this game tonight, and you have to be able to meet that and battle against him as well.
And one of the things that the Monarchs have going for them tonight with that is they've got 2 very large physical center backs tonight in Okumu and Silva. Reset coming from Andrew Putna. Played with the Monarchs last week against the OKC Energy in a 1-1 tie down in Oklahoma. But has spent a lot of the year with Real Salt Lake with the injury of Nick Raimondo. Ball's going to be swung along the back line of Phoenix. Chang sitting a little higher than he normally does, providing attack, and he'll be called for the foul from behind as he caught Farrell.
Now Chang, he can't let Farrell get into that space, but that is a good foul from Chang, and the fact that it's a foul 45 yards from goal.
Ball trying to play out wide, finds Asante. Asante whips it in, takes a deflection. Will be dealt with well by Putna. Asante's not one of those guys, if you're the Monarchs, that you want to let get into the flow of the game. He's a guy that loves to go forward and loves to attack. He's capable, like we've mentioned, 4 goals, 5 assists on the season. Putna's got to get rid of it.
Now, I love that the Monarchs want to try and build out of the back, and they want to play pretty soccer, Landon. But sometimes, again, especially against Phoenix Rising and a team that wants to press you and press you hard, they're going to have to be extremely careful not to give balls away in bad areas.
It'll be a throw-in for Phoenix Rising. Chang frustrated with that one. Dumbuya looked like a handball, no foul called. Bakero inside. Not dealt with completely, but Holt and Avila are there. Monarchs have a chance to get forward. Brody making a long overlapping run. Martinez kind of in that space as well. Brody gets there first. He'll go at the defense, gets around, and that's a foul And that's a challenge from behind. Oh, Brooks Lennon, excuse me. As I was saying, Brody. Got
Now,
that overlap going.
In that instance, I want to see Martinez stay in the middle, Landon. Brooks is he's making that run. If Martinez can stay in the middle, Brooks might be able to play an early ball in behind the back line of the Phoenix Rising. You play that ball in between the goalie and the back line, and you allow Martinez to run onto it then. But if Martinez is not in the middle, he can't make that run. So I'd love to see Martinez stay more in the middle there and just give Brooks that whole channel to make that run.
Short corner essentially coming here for the Monarchs, as that was a free kick given up by Phoenix Rising. Lennon and Noah Powder will stand over it. All the big guys inside the box. Monarchs with everybody except for Avila and Brody inside the box. Lennon, he'll send it in. Trying to find Silva. Holtz headed on goal by Silva, and Lubin's there. Looks like the head-to-head challenges they're going to wave trainers on quickly. One of those things you don't like to see is a head-to-head challenge. I know there's a lot of discussion along that as you get a replay look. Could have maybe called Holt there for the jersey tug as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of tugging and pulling going on in these plays, especially right in front of the goal like that. That was a great ball from Brooks Lennon. Marcelo Silva barely misses it, but he's ready for that return ball. But this time, unlike the goal where Phoenix Rising, they lost Marcelo Silva for just a split second, this time they knew exactly where he was. They had a mark on him. And as you see here, you know, it's a head-to-head, but Phoenix Rising, they come out of this with no goal.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. That's selectsportamerica.com. As everybody's up and all right, Silva's going to come off the pitch, and so is Lambert, as they'll be waved back on here momentarily by the center referee. Farhad Dobko. ARs on both sides. Matthew Rodman and Callie Smith. Fourth official tonight, Joshua Mills. Brody, nice little fancy footwork to get by the defense. He'll go forward out wide to Martinez. Is there going to be a foul called? Kind of a late call there. It looked like a decent challenge there from Cochran. Be interesting to see the replay look as Callie Smith called that on the far side. I don't know that I would have called that. It's one of those that could go either way. Maybe caught him with the trailing foot.
He gets a little bit of the ball. He gets a little bit of the man. You're leaving it in the referee's hands, Landon, which you never want to do because referees are human. Sometimes they make bad decisions.
Another free kick coming from that far side. Second opportunity from about this distance for the Monarchs. Powder and Lennon will stand over it. Two-man wall in front of them for Phoenix. Lubin inside the box. Lennon will send it in. Headed away by John. And dealt with nicely by Phoenix. Avila is going to go all the way back to Putna. Putna puts it high and long. John gets his head on it. Silva trying to find Brody. He thought Lennon was a little higher maybe in that moment.
And that's where you know, Brody's a little rusty from not playing that position for a while, where he should know right away, get wide. Marcelo Silva plays that header out there. Brody's not there. Next time, hey, he's going to get wide. He knows that he needs to be there.
Chang turns. He'll run at the defense. Chang finds Martinez. Martinez, a heavy touch, though. And a big opportunity there for the Monarchs, as Martinez knows that one got a little too far away from a heavy touch.
And as you see in the replay here, puts himself in a great spot, but a little heavy touch, Landon. And Phoenix Rising goalie, quick off his line, makes a great save.
Phoenix still looking a little nervy. Not the side we saw last week against Las Vegas.
Well, Zion's Bank, it's not an easy place to come play, you know? And Phoenix, they haven't had the best record on the road. They have a lot of experience, though. They're very dangerous attacking. So Can they make up for that right now? Can they get their offense going and put the Monarchs on their heels for a little bit here?
Ball out wide. Dumbuya. It'll be cut off. He'll get it back. Plays it out wide, trying to find Asante. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. Powder's going to be whistled for the foul. And a reset. Phoenix rising. Monarchs applying quite a bit of pressure now. Phoenix will switch the field. John. Silva. Silva's just going to play attack today. Trying to go forward.
Now, this is what I like from Phoenix is they have a lot of composure on the ball right now. They're patient. They're going side to side. They're probing. They're trying to break the Monarchs down and find those weak spots right now.
Little slight miscommunication there. Silva's going to come up and pound that one forward. It's one of those things that you get when you don't play with someone frequently. Is kind of how I feel in a situation like that. Maybe a little bit more mustard on back as the keeper's coming out.
Definitely, and we talked about it in pregame. There's a lot of new faces out here that haven't played together before. So Andrew Putna, not really sure what Marcelo Silva's going to do with that ball there. Now the Monarchs got lucky that nothing came of it, but maybe next time they won't get so lucky.
Good ball movement there. Pierre took a little too long there. Asante does a good job to get rid of it. An opportunity, man, all by himself, and the flag is going to be up.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Junior Fleming,
Fleming.
He is going to be very disappointed in himself because I believe he was just barely offsides there. He should have held that run just a split second longer. Now, this is where Brooks Lennon has got himself into trouble before. When he's that opposite side defender, he's getting himself forward just a little too early. And that leaves, if the ball gets turned over, that leaves the backside of Marcelo Silva wide open. And the Monarchs got very lucky there that Junior Fleming's just got a little too antsy with his run.
If he would have been able to hold that, he would have had an opportunity to go 1v1 with Andrew Putna. Monarchs dodge a bullet there. Silva kind of got a caught under the wheels there for a second, but able to deal with it.
Now, what I love from Phoenix Rising there is when you see their back line to their front line, the compactness was maybe 30 yards landed. The Monarchs had nowhere to play that ball, so it forces them to play that long ball right out of bounds, and now Phoenix has won the ball back.
Both teams kind of don't look their sharpest is one of the things that I would note as we're 22 minutes into this one. Lennon tracks back, ball still inside the box. Opportunity, John! And a save there by Putna.
Now the Monarchs have to be careful. Phoenix Rising is starting to find their feet a little bit here, Landon. As you see in this replay, great layoff to Adam John. Now he's going to be a little disappointed in his execution, but next time it might be a little bit better and the Monarchs could pay for it.
Chang finds Avila. And that's where the Monarchs get beat way too many times, in my opinion, taking on players in a situation when it just needs to be a simple movement of the ball instead of trying to get creative right in front of your back line.
And we talked about it a little bit ago, Landon, and the fact that the Monarchs give the ball away in very bad areas, and that's one instance right there where Avila doesn't need to give the ball away, play the simple pass and get out of the pressure, and he gives the ball away.
Martinez tries the back heel. Opportunity coming here. John tries to clip it in, still inside the box. Monarchs able to gain possession. They'll move forward. Big switch there. Powder settles nicely. DeLance goes forward. He's gonna get there. He's right around Lambert. Plays it inside the box. Pushed up and over the crossbar by Farrell. 24th minute of play, Monarchs lead 1-0. 10th minute goal by Marcelo Selvas. You get a replay look at that opportunity.
Such a hard ball when you play that ball across the box as a center back and you have to face your own goal and make a clearance. Now the Phoenix Rising defender does a great job in getting that ball over his goal, over his own end line, because that is such a hard clearance.
And being stretched, as you saw the replay look at that, he was in a kind of that awkward position pushing wide, as Monarchs will have their second corner kick of the match coming from Noah Powder. Whipped in, cleared away. But momentarily whipped back post, opportunity and a goal! Douglas Martinez! Martinez, Johnny on the spot, able to find space in the back post and push it home past Lubin. As you get a look at this, it was cleared momentarily, but not completely, as Avila was able to clip it in back post.
Literally identical to the first goal that Phoenix Rising gave up. And the fact that ball gets cleared, Landon, Phoenix Rising steps their lineup, but they don't keep track of the runners, and Douglas Martinez is able to sneak behind that back line and get a great finish on the ball from Avila.
John was there heading it away. They just really haven't had the pressure out wide. It's a beautiful second goal from the Monarchs as they double their lead here in the 25th minute.
On those clearances, it's extremely hard to get pressure to the ball. So as a defender, you're expecting that second ball to come in, so you have to find your man and keep track of him. And on the 2 goals tonight, Phoenix Rising has each time lost their man, and they've been punished for it.
Monarchs have been taking care of the second chance opportunities, whipping the ball back in and keeping everybody forward. And that's one of the things as a defender, and you can speak to this, one of the toughest challenges, those recycled runs on opportunities on the second chance.
And that's why they teach you is the fact that when that ball gets cleared, if the other team still has control of it, the ball is not cleared yet. So keep track of your man no matter where he goes, because there's always going to be that chance of a second ball being played in.
Lambert does a good job to jump over the boards there and avoid the collision with the boards, as Okomu was there to shepherd that one out. But a goal kick coming for the Monarchs. Okomu, back to Putna. Was it forward, trying to find Chang. Avila settles. Nice little connection there by Chang and Powder. Tune in to ESPN News on Wednesday, June 5th at 7 p.m. for Wednesday's soccer night, when OKC Energy FC travels to Albuquerque to face current Western Conference leaders New Mexico United. It's the USL Game of the Week on Wednesday, June 5th on ESPN News. Ball out wide. Brody clips it in, looking, Powder's there! And pushed off the ball, kept in though by Chang. He's on the touchline, he'll put it back in, trying to find Brody. Again, the ball's in the box. Headed away, Powder still inside. Phoenix Rising trying to clear it. Asante is taken down by Avila, as Cochran's there to enforce. And this is where the gamesmanship on those sides starts. It looked like Avila did get, just a glancing header and almost an opportunity, but looked like Avila did get Asante, as there's gonna be a talking to.
And this is what we talked about in the pregame, Landon. It's going to be a feisty game. There's going to be hard tackles. Now, even though it's feisty, even though there's hard tackles, the players on both sides, they have to keep their head and never let it progress further than that. I like a little bit of feistiness. I like hard tackles, but when it crosses the line, we can't have that.
You want to keep the gamemanship, the style, the beautiful game. Obviously, challenges are a part of the game, and both players got a warning by center referee. 29th minute of play, Monarchs lead 2-0 here at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah. on Military Appreciation Night on this Memorial Day weekend. Played out by Powder. Dumbuya into Asante. Crafty footwork there from Asante as he's going to go down under the challenge.
Now, this is the second time Avila has gotten into Asante. This is going to be something that we're going to have to watch going forward. What is this matchup going to be for the rest of the game? They've gotten at each other a few times now. This is going to be something to keep an eye on.
As John is making sure he mentions that Avila, and Avila gets his final warning from the referee. Monarchs with 3 shots tonight, 2 on goal, 2 goals. All 3 of those in the box. Possession so far favoring Phoenix Rising, 56-44 so far. One-man wall. Ball's gonna be swung in, looking. And a good ball there, and Putna stayed on his line. If someone was able to get to that spot, a header and an opportunity would have been there for Phoenix Rising.
That was a fantastic ball from Baquero, Landon. As you can tell, Putna wasn't sure. Do I stay? Do I come? Do I stay? Do I come? And he stayed on his line. Now, Phoenix Rising, they got to be a little bit quicker to try to get off their marks to get on the end of those, but a fantastic ball from Baquero there.
Phoenix Rising 30 minutes into this game, still without a shot. Last game against Las Vegas, 16 shots. And they're second in the USL on shots on target with 5.8. Putna. John is providing a lot of pressure up there. Putna is quickly having to disperse.
And John is one of those guys. He's a big body that, I said this earlier, he works continuously hard for all 90 minutes. And as you can tell, he's causing problems for Putna right now. There's a very strong wind out here. So Putna's having trouble kicking into the wind, and John is taking advantage of that right now.
Martinez tries to hold it up. Cochran does a good job to dispossess him. Asante. Opportunity here for Phoenix. Ball inside the box and a goal! Adam John brings one back for Phoenix Rising.
Great work from Adam John there. We literally just talked about this, Landon, the fact that he's going to work so hard, puts himself in a great spot in front of the goal here. Aguinaga with a great ball, and John is able to sneak that ball past Putna. That's what you want from your 9. He puts himself in a good spot, and he gets the ball, and he finishes it.
"32nd minute goal there from John, his 7th on the season. So you gotta wonder if that really will settle in this Phoenix side now.
I mean, you have to kind of say that the Monarchs' goals in this game have been a little bit against the flow of the game. In the last 15 minutes here, Phoenix has really had control, and the Monarchs, they've gotten goals on free kicks. Now, can Phoenix, can they get themselves in a spot to get one more here before half?
They're looking for John on another one, but that one's gonna roll across the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Monarchs. If you're Marcelo Silva and Okumu, you have to figure out how to deal with John. Make sure you're staying with his runs, because we saw it there again. If that ball's more on target, he might have an opportunity.
He's your prototypical 9 in the fact that he wants to run directly between the 2 center backs. Can Okumu and Marcelo Silva, can they get a little bit tighter and just bump him a little bit so he's not able to have such an easy run?
Ball's gonna be played all the way back to Lubin. 5 clean sheets on the season for Phoenix Rising. We won't have a clean sheet tonight. It's already 2-1 here in the 34th minute of play. "36 goals scored all time in this series. Monarchs lead the all-time series 6-5-1. And the Monarchs still maintain a 2-goal differential in that series. Baquero. Lambert. Inside, Silva. He's able to clear, but not completely. Lennon tries to push it further forward. Be a throw in for Phoenix Rising. Dia was up there on that one. Both teams with a couple of injuries of note. Monarchs missing their regular captain, Jack Blake, out with an injury, as well as the homegrown player, Steve Hasso. This takes a deflection. That's going to be pushed away, and that's a goal.
And Landon, right before that goal was scored, you can hear the Phoenix Rising coaches yelling, go, 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 to press the Monarchs in their defensive third. And look what happens. Andrew Putna takes a little bit too long on a clearance, and it deflects off Phoenix Rising into the Monarchs goal.
Beccaro with the goal here in the 35th minute of play, and we're all level now.
We talked about how much havoc that pressure was causing. And this is why you press teams like this, is you might just get a goal just like that, Landon.
And one of the things you felt like is that Putna had to speed up. He had a few close calls earlier in the game and finally got caught hanging on just a little too long. And as luck would have it, I mean, to have it go in the back of the net, that's not a common thing, but you do not want to be hanging on to it that long.
Yes, ultimately the finish was lucky, Landon, but Phoenix Rising put themselves in that spot to be lucky, and that's all hard work right there.
And that is something you cannot deny. Hard work and pressure often leads to good things. We're all level here. 2-2 here, Zions Bank Stadium. Phoenix having figured things out here in the last 10 or so. Unlocked the Monarchs defense to score in the 32nd and 35th after the Monarchs had goals in the 10th and 24th minute. And really, since the Monarchs scored their last goal, haven't had an opportunity. Martinez does a good job to hold that one up. Brody tries to find him back. Fleming. 11 games played, his 12th tonight, 5 goals on the season for him. He's another one you have to keep an eye out for. Mbuya to Asante.
This is what the Monarchs are going to need to do to get back in the game, Landon. They're going to need to be tight defensively. Now, Phoenix Rising is doing a great job keeping possession of the ball. The Monarchs have to prevent them from finding those penetrating passes. Get tight, get your feet under you again, and then you can play.
Lennon to Avila. Everybody's not quite on the same page. Opportunity coming here for Phoenix Rising. Fleming, good challenge there by Avila to take the ball away from Fleming. Martinez was held on by Farrell. Ball trying to find it into Chang. Whipped over his head, and it'll go out for a throw-in here on the near side. Martinez saw himself in space, thought the flag was up, but was being held on by Farrell. Holt wins the ball. Chang finds Brody. Brody inside the box, tries to dribble, shot, Chang, and takes a deflection, and it'll go wide and be a corner kick for the Monarchs. Third of the match.
Now, Phoenix Rising finds himself in this precarious position again, where it's a corner against. Will they be ready for that second ball when it comes back in? They've been beat 2 previous times in these instances. Can they be ready on this third time, Landon?
Powder will again take the corner kick from the far side. Crowd making some noise. Here's the rain starts to fall. Conversation inside the box. Whistle will be blown. Powder out to Sweeney with his left foot. puts it in near stick, pushed away. Good defense there by Phoenix Rising, and they really did, like you mentioned, learn from the earlier mistake.
Much better pressure there. When that ball was played in, Phoenix Rising, they were quick to get their lines out and put pressure so there was no cross to come back in.
Brody, back to Putna. Puts it high, no one's there to challenge. Lambert rises all alone. Settled by Holtz. Komu tries to get it out wide to Brody. Looked like a challenge, could have been flag put up for the extension of the elbow, but it'll go out for a Monarchs throw-in.
And that's earlier in the game, those are the hard challenges I was talking about, Landon. Right now, Phoenix is the one putting in the hard challenges. They are imposing their will on the Monarchs, and they're controlling the game because of that.
Fans follow the Real Monarchs and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. You can sign up today at ESPNplus.com. It's ESPNplus.com. 41st minute here at Zions Bank Stadium. Attitudes from both sides kind of rising. As Monarchs took an early lead, and now Phoenix has come back to tie things up. Dumbuya, a giveaway there by Phoenix. Avila, he'll go forward. Picks up his head, finds Chang making a long run. Chang settles. Chang inside the box, no one steps to him. Tries to find Martinez. It looked like if he would have just kept going at it and trying to take a shot, he would have had an opportunity. Pierre able to strip Asante, and it'll be a throw-in for Phoenix Rising.
Great touch, great run from Michael Chang there. Can he get a shot on goal, Landon? He's got a great angle on the goal on his left foot. Now he chooses to play it across. I think when he goes back and he watches film of that, he's going to wish that he took the shot instead.
Pierre gets it into Chang. Dumbuya, nice job. Asante, good job to get it stretched wide. Silva goes down. Ooh, it's able to get back up quickly. Could have been an opportunity there for Phoenix Rising. And Stanley will play it out. Trying to find Chang, looks like he mishit that. Swung along the back line. Brody there, takes it away. Brody inside the area. Brody trying to cross it and find Chang. Ball played too early, and both players with their hands on their head.
When you haven't had control of a game, Landon, you can't squander opportunities like this. Brody makes a great play to pick that pass off. He's gonna wish that he had a better cross there, but when you're under pressure, you can't squander those opportunities to put one away.
Ball goes out for a throw in here on the near side in the corner, just in front of the corner flag. John does a good job to push that forward. Holt able to win it. Chang was in an offside position coming on. Lambert will play it back to Lubin. Dangerous movement along the back line from Phoenix Rising. We didn't get a touch on that. Looked like a simple changing of the field, but that ball just hung up a little too long, giving Brody an opportunity.
Phoenix has done a great job of keeping possession and being patient with the ball. They got a little lackadaisical with that ball across the back line, and Brody was able to pick it off.
Silva heads it away. Still just outside the area. Avila probably could have been called for the foul there. He's going to be called for the foul. Farrell, it's one of those things, let the ref handle it. He was there with the yellow card. So he probably could have been called for that first. Center referee still having conversation with the Phoenix Rising players. He looks like he's got a yellow in his hand. We'll show yellow to.
I think the referee handled that situation very well, Landon. Avila, it was a hard foul. It deserves a yellow. He gave the yellow. Now, Farrell does a great job. He needs to stick up for his teammates as the center back.
Farrell's going to see yellow, I would believe.
Now, as a center back, you're the big guy in the field. You have to stick up for your teammates, okay? The referee does a great job of shutting that down right away as well. Now, everything is calm again, and play is ready to go on.
Farrell's going to be shown yellow as well here in the 45th minute. You can hear head coach Rick Shantz asking for some more accountability.
He's sticking up for his teammates, which is what you want to see out of a head coach. Now, sometimes head coaches ask for outrageous things, but in this instance, I think he is doing a great job of having his team's back.
Free kick coming here for Phoenix Rising. Monarchs going to hold their line just on top of the 18. Brody standing as the one-man wall. Ball's going to be whipped in just a little deeper than that ball that was played earlier. And Putna this time elects to come out and collect. Ball's going to go out right in front of the Phoenix bench, and it'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. We're about through stoppage. Everything was going on. There was 1 minute of stoppage announced as we're just about through that minute. 2 yellow cards shown, 4 goals here so far in this first half. So whistle will blow, and that's 45 minutes of soccer here at Zions Bank Stadium, and we're all level.
Great half from both teams, Landon. Phoenix, they go down early, but they show some grit, they show some passion, they fight their way back into this game. The game's starting to get a little feisty. There's some hard tackles being put in. I'm excited to see what this second half holds from both teams.
Well, one of the things, David, that you can think about is both sides have to figure out how they're going to handle the intensity that's stepped up and how they're going to figure out how to defend, because both teams have been lackadaisical at moments. We'll take a break here after first half action and be back with a special guest here at halftime. America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America, start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
And now Phoenix coming out the other way. Junior Fleming's leading the charge. Numbers forward for Phoenix. John trying to go back for Flemings. Flag stays down, back across, solo!
We're underway right off the bat. Here's Justin Dillon moving up the middle. He's going to push that ball wide toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a first touch cross back inside for Dillon, and a goal! Less than 10 seconds.
Poku slicing through. Quadro Poku scored! Tejada again.
Lomas kicks it to his right. Crosses it underneath Miller, and it's knocked away. Spangenberg deflects it, laying out and making the save.
It's a great save again.
It's acquired a backstage pass. Doyle recovers. Aduro 1-0.
Go to work to the byline. crossing in. It's a goal! Again, Jerome Kiesewetter.
It's Prater! What a hit!
Here's the wet trick. Into the box, a strike, and a goal.
Kiesewetter knocked away by Zell.
What a save for Brian Myers. The most dangerous player, perhaps in USL League One. Pepe curls! Ricardo Pepe, brilliance! Looking to get that right foot off for an incredible one-handed save by Kevin Silva. Developing situation, Jones. Jones on the move. Jones with a shot! Rips it off the right post. Another opportunity, and the strike is true. JC Banks now, letting it rip from deep. What a save by Hara! Cablante, back of the net. 42nd minute.
Bowling the second go, falls through, saved by Fitzgerald. Oh, what a stop.
Okay, people, it's Ford Truck Month. And you know what that means. The best deals on America's best-selling trucks for 42 years straight. And with over 28 million sold, isn't it time you joined the stampede?
Now get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 financing plus $1,000 trade assist cash, or get over $13,000 in total savings.
Welcome into the beautiful Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman City. Brody inside the 18. Brody shot and a goal! Andrew Brody.
Blake takes the shot, and he hammered it home.
We're back here at the half. Let's check out the USL Team of the Week for this past week. And a few guys that many might recognize here in Salt Lake. Kayvon Frater, Player of the Week here this last week. And Asante, a player that's on the field tonight, also on the Team of the Week. And quite a few guys that have been very successful. Let's also check out the scores around the league before we get to our special guest here. As you can see, a couple final scores. OKC Energy, who the Monarchs played last week, with a 1-0 victory over Colorado. Rio Grande Valley, 3-1 victory over San Antonio. At the half, LA Galaxy are leading 1-0. And also a tie game between Portland and the Locomotives. And then one other game in progress currently. As we're now joined here live by the all-time winningest coach in Monarchs history, Mike Becky.
1-0, baby.
Is that an entry? Is that the best way you can start?
Whatever, right?
That's
the 1,000.
Hey, no one has a better record than that.
I remember sitting there for that game saying, if I don't win this game, because I had known already that there's something going to happen with I said, what happens if I lose this game? Are they going to just go, sorry? Not going to happen now.
Well, you'd have been the worst coach in Monarchs history, but now you cement yourself as the winningest coach in Monarchs history. Mike Pecky, Real Salt Lake head coach. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
No, you've had a busy 24 hours. A lot went on last night in a very thrilling victory, and even some aftermath punches on the bench. I'm just kidding. knocking coaches out. I mean, David can speak to that.
I'm sure Dave will bring that up in a second. He was teasing me before, but yeah, great 24 hours, you know. And now, what better place to be now, the Monarchs
And Mike, you've got a couple players playing for this Monarch side tonight, and I know we don't often get to speak with someone of your caliber and talk about that. Talk to us what it means for these guys and why they're here.
Well, it's huge. The pipeline that we have to have the Monarchs such close proximity that we could get players who are not getting the minutes they need to keep fit. But for tonight, it's very important because guys like Marcelo, Eric Holt, Brooks Lennon, and now Justin Portillo in the second half are going to play some role in the next two games because we have a very crunched schedule. So to get them sharp here ahead of these two games is huge.
And how is it to see Marcelo Silva finding the back of the net?
Well,
I mean, what a better way to start.
I mean, that's like the cherry on the cake.
That's like Mike Pecky level intensity, right?
No, that's Marcelo needs to concentrate on keeping the ball in the net. But if he puts one in the net, hey, that's great too.
Always a positive. I mean, we've got to keep rubbing you because we know you've now gone into the media space, TV show and a podcast, Off the Chest. I just listened to the final episode coming down here. A lot of great content. If you haven't subscribed, you can find that anywhere where you listen to podcasts. But talk to us a little bit about why you've started to do that now. Why was that decision made?
I'll be extremely honest with you. The show was asked of me from the team last year. I didn't go searching for the show. It got asked of me of the team, and it took off, and it was a bit of a release for me. You know, Tuesday night, I knew that forget about soccer. We're not talking about soccer. Let's talk about other things. That was my one release of the week. And then from that, this year, I was asked from Ryan. He said, hey, you know, there's been interest. Let's do a podcast. And that was also through somewhat of the team as well. So I just want to make it clear. I'm a coach. You know, I wasn't going out saying I want to do this, not at all. I was asked in this market from Andy Carroll first to be a part of this, and I obliged, and it's been fun.
We figured it was because you were listening to the Center Circle podcast, the Real Monarchs podcast, and decided, hey, I've got to get onto this train.
I didn't know what a podcast was until Brian asked me to do it 3 weeks ago.
You have children. Don't you ask them?
They don't. My son's back. Dylan, put your head in here real quick. No?
Get over here.
Come on, just throw your head in real quick.
You can't tell me Dylan doesn't know what a podcast is.
I don't think he listens to podcasts. Do you listen to podcasts? No. Come on, hurry up, real quick. Dylan, Steak Up Chan Sparta, say hello. What's up? Now get out of here. No, but it's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed it. Like again, it's a bit of a therapy session for me. Brian's easy to talk to, a relationship with him, and we can talk about things that are non-soccer related.
And you know, sometimes people think coaches like you are just their soccer 24/7.
Yeah,
you have a life outside of soccer.
It's more 22/7, you know, and there's 2 hours there. I only get about 3-4 hours of sleep a night, and then, you know, the family. I mean, I'm constantly trying to do things with my kids like this, bring them here because I'm focused on the team. But when the podcast and stuff, again, that's my release. That's my therapy, I like to call it.
Well, people always see you as this coach, as this intense person on the sideline. So it's got to be great to kind of let people know who you really are kind of off the field because they see this person that's always on the field, especially when you were as a player and as a coach. And to be able to let them know who you are has got to be great.
It is, because a lot of coaches, you know, aren't willing to do that. You know, me, I'm not hiding anything. Who I am on the field through training. My son might argue with me that I'm the same at home, but I think I'm different. I think I do have those moments when I could let go, and I'm a normal, boring person, you know? And the podcast,
Whoa. I'm going to stop you for a second.
Not
boring?
I don't know.
We're talking about a guy that had bleached hair.
I'm a dork, according to my son.
Well, every dad is kind of a dork. We're new dads to the game.
What's the new word? You'll learn the word cringy. I learned the word cringy. Everything I do, like, it's cringy. My youngest. He's over there. Now, cringy's not a cool word. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's always changing, right?
Yeah.
There was hip words back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What was your guys' word?
Dope, rad.
Dope.
Right? Rad was when I was a kid. What were you laughing at? What was yours? Gnarly? Were you gnarly? Were you a gnarly guy?
Probably. I don't know.
We used the word bad. Everything was bad, but that meant good.
Bad made the
Right?
rounds.
Yeah.
Made the rounds. But I'm a little older than you, so.
Well, hey, we've got to add some age in here, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But we're going to still stick with the winningest coach in Monarchs history. Whenever we talk about you on Monarchs podcast, that's the way we're going to refer to you.
Well, I'm going to get a T-shirt made up. I am. I didn't remember that, but that's a good thing to put on my gravestone.
Well, we'll close things up here at the half. Mike Pecky, Real Salt Lake head coach, thanks for joining us, taking the time. We'll take a quick break and be back with second half action here shortly. cancel that. We're going to head out to the field for second half action. Thanks, Mike, for joining us.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks, Dave. That's awesome.
The crowd's on their feet. Everybody ready to go. Looks like the Monarchs made a substitution. Justin Portillo is going to enter the match. And he'll come on for Eric Holt, it looks like. Phoenix Rising look to have not used a sub. They're going to come out with the same starting 11 that they started the match. So we're underway here in the second half. Phoenix going to push it forward quickly.
I love this start from Phoenix, Landon. Immediately put the Monarchs on the back foot, put them under pressure, and continue where you left off in the first half.
And you notice where they went, David, with that ball. They strategically went to where Brooks has been shifting a little higher, trying to see if they can catch him a little out of position.
They're looking for that big man. They're looking for Adam John again, and to just cause havoc up there as a bigger athletic player that works extremely hard.
Phoenix comes out maintaining possession. So they held the advantage in possession in the first half, 56-44. Really kind of stayed that way all throughout the first half. Ball pushed in. Ball back, just on top of the area. Shot! Just wide! And a big opportunity there from Phoenix.
As you can see in the replay here, Aguinaga finds himself in a very dangerous position on top of the box, gets a great shot off. Now, the Monarchs, they've started very slowly here in the second half. They're going to have to step up and meet the intensity of Phoenix Rising.
Goal kick coming for Putna. Puts it high and long. Brody there to apply pressure. Headed back smartly by Cochran. Cochran. Last year spent time with Arizona United 2. Atlanta United, wow. Getting mixed up there. Wouldn't have been too far. Atlanta United was a club back in the day, formerly Phoenix Rising, or excuse me, the side now known as Phoenix Rising. Man, just struggling with that one. You caught me off guard.
Landon, I think you need to pick up your intensity here in the second half a little bit.
Need to learn some tips from Mike Pecky. Fun to have him join us there at the half.
It's always great to see the head coach of the entire organization come out to these games and support his guys that are playing in it. And just for them to see him out here, you know, they know then that, you know, he means well, that he supports them, and that he's their guy.
And, you know, he knew what was going on. He didn't want to sound too excited for Silva's goal, but you know, because what was important for him is defending well. He wanted to see him defend well.
Becky was a center back. Silva's a center back. I'm a center back. We always get excited when other center backs score goals.
Hey, that's why I was excited about it. Give away the midfield. Fleming there, able to turn. He's got space in front of him. Silva goes to ground. Akumu steps. Chang's touch gets away from Brody, and Brody had a lot of green turf in front of him if he was able to get off to the races. Martinez. Chang with him. Martinez trying to hold it up, pushes it out wide to Brody. Brody goes towards the touchline, tries to clip it in, takes a deflection, and Cochran was able to keep it from crossing the end line. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs.
One thing that Phoenix has done well in this game is that when they've won that ball in the Monarchs' defensive third, they've been able to attack and attack fast. When the Monarchs win the ball in Phoenix' defensive third, they right there. Martinez won the ball, but he had no support from the rest of the Monarchs.
Portillo getting some of his first touches of this match. Former Real Monarch. Last year, spent all season long with this Monarch side. Essentially, quote-unquote, got promoted. That's one of the things we like to talk about. Nick Beasler, Justin Portillo, two of the familiar faces going from this Monarch side to Real Salt Lake. Chang gets it inside the box. Chang trying to find Martinez. It'll be cut off, and he'll take a crack. Corner kick coming.
Chang finds himself in a great spot here. Ball crosses, but comes back to him. Even though he's in an offside position, it hit the Phoenix Rising player and came back to him, so he's still onside. He's got to do better with that shot, though, Landon.
Another corner kick coming here from the Monarchs here, this time from the near side. Avila will step out to take it with his left foot. He'll swing it in. Headed away by John, still inside the area. Everybody goes up, still inside the box, finally cleared by Phoenix Rising. Got supporters groups from both sides. Phoenix Rising got their fans here on this near side. Monarchs with the Wasatch Legion. The all-elite supporters group, Wasatch Legion. Ball clipped in, just a touch too far for Martinez. Switch there from Phoenix. Across the midfield stripe. Asante. Played back to Farrell. Farrell, one of the two players sitting on yellow cards. Avila and Farrell, both with yellows so far in this match. Lennon trying to find Chang. Chang's in behind the back line. Chang trying to find Martinez. Chang's gonna dribble. Going. Defended nicely there by Cochran. And a huge opportunity goes by for the Monarchs as they were trying to find the lead again.
As you see in the replay here, A.J. Cochran makes an unbelievable recovery run here, and he has a great block on Chang. Now, Chang, he's got to do better with this ball here. He has so much time behind the rising back line. He's got to do something better with that cross.
Avila, back stick. Okomu's gonna chase it down. He was able to keep it in, but it'll go out for a throw-in. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for the Real Monarchs, and then click follow to keep up with the latest news and scores and get reminders on the Monarchs' next match. Go to ESPN.com right now and click follow for your club. Brody. Lennon makes the overlap over him. Lennon tries to clip it in, trying to find Chang. Defended away. Rough touch there, though, by Phoenix. Monarchs keep it in. Lennon's gonna get a second look. Silva to Portillo.
Come on, Kev. Up, up, up.
Nice pressure there from Phoenix Rising. Trying to find Brody, takes a deflection, and the flag will be pointing Phoenix's direction. It's both the AR and the center referee were looking at each other trying to decide which way it was gonna go for a second. John settles. Defended nicely by Silva, though.
Silva and Akumu, they've done a great job of winning that ball off John in the second half, but there's no one been there for the Monarchs to pick up that second ball landed. Right now, the back four, they're winning a lot of first balls, but there's no one in that midfield or that front two who's really picking up any of the second ball, so the ball just keeps coming right back at the Monarchs every single time.
Monarchs are third in the USL in passing accuracy with 80%. So you're starting to see them settle in here in the second half. A couple quick opportunities for Chang. And opportunities you would have loved to have him put away. This ball's pushed high and all the way back to Lubin. Phoenix Rising 1-2-2 on the season away from Phoenix. Monarchs 3-1-1 here at Zions Bank Stadium. Farrell. Dumbuya, excuse me. Looks like it was last touched by Phoenix Rising. Pierre is down though, holding his just above his ankle, maybe a high ankle. Monarchs have their subs up and warming up, so do Phoenix Rising. So the trainer's gonna be waved on even though he's off the pitch. It's gonna have him come all the way across. Conversation going on between Martin Vasquez and Matt Glazer. See if they maybe have to make a substitution here in the 56th minute. Awkward kind of fall there. Monarchs will play a man down here momentarily. Silva plays a big ball forward. Lennon slowed up his run. Monarchs trying to see if they can make it a 9-point weekend for the RSL family. Actually a 12-point weekend, including the unified team. The Royals taking a 2-0 victory this evening. Oh. Tough challenge there. Avila goes down, his shin guards still on the pitch.
Extremely hard challenge from Phoenix Rising, but not an illegal challenge. But I love that how Avila pops right up and shows Phoenix Rising, hey, that hard challenge doesn't bother me.
Conversation between the center referee and one of the assistants on Phoenix bench. Getting a warning. 57th minute of play, 2-2 here in this Western Conference matchup. Live on ESPN Plus, David Horst, Landon Southwood. David, a long-time MLS veteran. As Pierre came back on the pitch and is now down, looks like the Monarchs are gonna make a substitution. Pablo Ruiz looks to be the one putting on his kit. It'll be the second substitution for the Monarchs here early on in the second half. And with this, you'd imagine, David, the Monarchs will have to make some slight adjustments.
I'm going to be real interested to see kind of how they shift guys around here. As we can already tell, it looks like Chang has moved himself out to that left wing and Noah Powder has stepped back to the left back, his normal position. Now, obviously, Ruiz is going to step into the middle. Who steps forward? Is it going to be Avila? Is it going to be Portillo? Or is it going to be a continuous triangle of guys that kind of rotate and one of them's always forward?
You can hear some of the instructions there in Spanish from Martin Vasquez to Pablo Ruiz, one of the first team players. Down with the Monarchs this evening. Free kick coming here for the Monarchs. So they're trying to get this substitution on as quickly as possible. Fourth official, Joshua Mills, is gonna raise the board. Pablo Ruiz will come on. Looks like Pablo Ruiz is going to sit a little higher. As you mentioned, Chang sitting out wide. Dia. Ball in the midfield. Dealt with well by the Monarchs. This is when they have to settle in and kind of adjust. The formation's been adjusted. You've got guys in different places. You got to figure it out here in these first few minutes.
Yeah, and we talked about there's a lot of new faces out here. So how are guys going to play off of each other? How are they going to figure this out and going forward? Because Pablo Ruiz, not a true number 10. Justin Portillo, not a true number 10, and neither is Avila. So how are the Monarchs going to figure out how to connect that back line to the front line?
Fleming. Fleming inside the box. Fleming! A goal! No pressure there in Junior Fleming with his 6th goal of the season. 60th minute of play, Junior Fleming puts Phoenix Rising up here on the Monarchs.
Fleming does a great job of attacking that back line, causing Marcelo Silva to have to step out. They won to him. Brooks Lennon, unfortunately, does not get himself back quick enough, and Fleming, a great composed finish.
Conversation going on the field.
And you see this sometimes when new guys come in, lineups shift around, Landon. You will see that in the fact that guys lose track of runners sometimes, and Phoenix Rising was able to take advantage of that in the first 5 minutes of a lineup change and a formation change, and they've punished the Monarchs for it.
Confusion with the soccer ball situation going on. Soccer balls coming from all different directions. They were told to get one off the field. Now we have one back on the field. Those beautiful select balls. Lennon. Phoenix Rising leading here on that Junior Fleming goal in the 60th minute of play. It's kind of a goal fest so far. 3-2 here in the 61st. Monarchs maybe kind of punished for not capitalizing on earlier opportunities with Chang. A foul called on Cochran. Martinez still down on the pitch.
As we see in the replay here, Cochran goes to ground, and we talked about this earlier in the game when he went to ground. You know, even if you get some of the ball, you get some of the man, you're putting yourself in that situation to let the referee make a decision. And Phoenix and the Monarchs are both going to be careful as this game goes on. As they put it, the game's going to get feistier. It's going to get a little bit chippier. Now you're putting the result of this game in the referee's hands, and that's the last thing as a player that you want to happen.
We've seen 2 yellow cards shown tonight, or excuse me, today. Farrell and Avila, but all-time now 51 yellow cards shown in 14 matches between these two sides, and 8 of those have had 4+. So I'm sure we still have some to play.
There's a lot of time left in this game, Landon.
Lennon, he'll whip it in, trying to find Martinez, headed away well by Farrell. Asante unable to keep it in. If you like soccer, this is the game you should be watching right now. Thanks for tuning in on ESPN+.
There's a lot of goals left in this game yet.
Monarchs used 2 substitutions so far. Lennon's gonna get it out wide, just outside the area. He's gonna play it inside the box, trying to find Chang! Chang shot! Pushed away by Lubin.
What a save by Lubin there, Landon. Point blank comes up big for the Phoenix Rising. Great ball from Brooks Lennon on that back post. Chang finds himself in acres of space, but Zach Lubin is up to the task and makes an unbelievable save for the Phoenix Rising.
Monarchs going to use their 3rd and final substitution here in the 64th minute.
And when you're playing on the road, that's what you want from your goalie right there, Landon.
Beautiful save there to deny Chang. Chang tried with the second opportunity and went out for a goal kick. This game feels like the intensity just keeps taking a step up every 10 minutes or so. Monarchs with some pressure. Monarchs get rewarded with possession.
They're taking a page out of the Phoenix Rising playbook right there. They're putting that hard pressure on higher up the field now.
Nicholas Murray throwing out the the link on Twitter. To everybody trying to say if you aren't watching, you should be watching. Just what we said. This game has had everything so far. Went from 2-0 Monarchs quickly to 2-2 Phoenix Rising, and now it's 3-2 Phoenix Rising here in the 65th minute of play. Some good soccer here being played. Both sides with some mistakes, some lackadaisical defending. But like we've said, a great game so far. Ruiz kind of sitting in the high spot for the Monarchs. Pushed wide by Phoenix Rising.
When Pablo Ruiz steps high there to pressure, the rest of the Monarchs, they have to follow him. Right there, he was the only one stepping out to put the pressure on. No one else stepped up behind him, and Phoenix Rising was very composed in the ball and easily able to play out of that pressure.
Noah Powder now sitting in that left back position. Pushed out wide is Michael Chang. Here on the near side, Josh Hurd. Chang rises up for the header. Headed in one by Ruiz. To Martinez. Out wide to Hurd. Brody making the overlap. Brody's gonna get it. Puts it inside the box. Looking back stick, no one home. But kept in by Portillo. Monarchs applying a little more pressure up top and being rewarded.
And Pablo Ruiz, as that sub, he came in. He's providing a little bit of energy for the Monarchs, Landon, and that is what they needed. Their energy was waning just a little bit, and Ruiz has provided that spark. And let's see if he can kind of push them on right now.
Good ball there by Akumu. Finds Hurd inside the box. Hurd's able to keep possession. Finds Ruiz, and Ruiz takes a crack. Avila with a nice defensive shift there. Keep possession for the Monarchs. Portillo just outside the area to Chang. Off to Portillo. Or excuse me, Ruiz. To Brody. Trying to find Hurd inside the box. It'll be cut out for a corner kick here in the 67th minute of play.
Finally, we're starting to see a little bit of energy. Something out of the Monarchs here. Now, can they match that energy? Can they match that intensity from the Monarchs?
Corner kick coming. Ruiz will take it. Swung in, looking back post. Punched away by Lubin. Asante all by himself. Asante did a good job. And Powder's going to be shown the yellow card for the professional foul. The third of the match now.
Asante does a great job there of getting that ball under control and putting Powder in a position where he has to kind of make a last-ditch foul to get the yellow card, but it allows his Phoenix Rising teammates to catch their breath a little bit, and that's what you want from your captain, from your best player on your team. You want him in these situations to bring that ball down under control and cause the Monarchs to do something that they don't want to.
68th minute of play. Just over 20 minutes left in this one. So you're going to see a substitution for the goal scorers. Baquero coming off, and he'll be replaced by Calistri. Joey Calistri will come on the pitch for him. So that's the first substitution here from Phoenix Rising. The 68th minute. Calistri looks like he's gonna slot in the middle of the pitch. Directly replacing is a weird situation there. Lubin goes out. Ooh, Monarchs had the pressure there. Phoenix Rising able to alleviate it. Hurd goes forward, and that same card will be shown as Diaz gonna see yellow here in the 69th. We've now reached our quota. 4 yellow cards shown so far, and I'm sure a lot more action to come here.
Plenty of time left in this game, Landon. Plenty of time. There's going to be quite a few more yellows.
The intensity has just ramped up in this one.
Better move by Josh Hurd there. Wins the ball, puts himself between the ball and the defender, causing Phoenix Rising defender to have to go through him, and he gets a yellow card for it.
Brody. Monarchs will play it back to Silva. To Portillo. Ruiz. Out wide to Brody. Brody looking to play it in the box. He'll whip it in. Tries to find Hurd. And directed. Just could not put that on frame, but a beautiful ball there by Andrew Brody. It's like we're getting warnings to both sides benches.
This is bringing back nightmares for me, Landon. When I was sitting on the coaching staff last year, the referees came up and threw me out.
You didn't get a warning, though.
I did not get a warning in that game.
So there was a warning given to the Monarchs bench. Both benches now having given warnings. Haven't been given warnings. All inside, cleared away by Silva. But could have been an opportunity there for Phoenix Rising, just kind of that awkward space at the top of the 18.
We had talked about this earlier with the Monarchs when Douglas Martinez was finding himself forward with no support. Right now, Phoenix Rising, they're getting forward, but John has no support up there, and it's him against 3 or 4 defenders right now.
Cleared away by Putnam. Martinez going to be whistled for the foul. Tune into ESPN News on Wednesday, June 5th at 7 p.m. local time for Wednesday night soccer when OKC Energy travels to Albuquerque to face the current Western Conference leader, New Mexico United. It's the USL's best game of the week. Opportunity here, cleared away momentarily. And calls for a PK, but cleared away by the Monarchs. Hurd finds Brody. Trying to play Martinez. Martinez is gonna apply a lot of pressure. Lubin's gonna have to come out and kick it into the crowd. That game's June 5th on ESPN News. Portillo to Brody. Hurd sizes up the defender, goes forward. Good challenge there by Dia to knock it out of play. '73rd minute. Phoenix Rising with the goal lead here. Silva's gonna see yellow. 5th yellow of the match.
At this point, I think the ref should just be running around with that yellow card in his hand, Landon. What do you think?
The energy has ramped up. And it's one of those things that we talked about. I mean, you talked about it early. We knew that was gonna come. It just mattered at what point. And when you're down at home, your side's gonna show that energy and intensity. And if you're Phoenix Rising, you're battling for everything you've got. So that intensity comes natural being up a goal.
And with how much time is left, with all the yellow cards that are being thrown out right now, Landon, you have to wonder who is gonna make that fatal mistake and make the tackle that's too hard that gets the red card, and now your team is playing down a man. Both teams, with the amount of cards that are given out, they have to be careful. You want to see a chippy game. You want to see it being feisty. You want to see guys playing hard, but they have to be careful not to get that red.
Ball's going to go out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for the Monarchs. Akumu. Big ball there to find Brody. Brody settles. Bad ball, though, and a giveaway. Asante inside the box. Asante takes a deflection as Akomu's body was there, but a bad giveaway by the Monarchs almost provided another opportunity for Phoenix Rising.
Monarchs are very lucky to get away with that there because John plays the wrong man. Asante, he's in on goal, no one in front of him, but John plays the guy behind Asante and slows the play down.
Beautiful job there by Lambert to get that ball away from Ruiz, who is sizing up an opportunity for Michael Chang. John Opportunity coming here for Phoenix. Ball inside the box. Brody there to cut it away. But it'll be a corner kick for Phoenix Rising and another opportunity for them to see if they can increase their goal lead.
Andrew Brody finds himself in the right spot here between the goal and his man and kind of gets a last-ditch clearance there.
Corner kick coming. Asante plays it in. Header. And an opportunity there from Farrell as he was right on the spot. Not a bad corner kick and opportunity for Phoenix. And they're trying, as you see a replay, look at that.
No
to
powder.
Make this a 4-2 lead.
For what he lacks in the height there, makes up with a little bit of fortitude, puts his body on the man and makes it tough on him.
Brody, nice stand-up challenge there as Lambert plays it out. It'll be quickly thrown in for the Monarchs. Cochran called for the foul. And a free kick opportunity coming for the Monarchs. Set piece opportunity. Portillo will stand over it, with Avila there as well. Monarchs out of subs at this point, here in the 77th minute of play, and down a goal. Phoenix Rising with 2 men in the wall. Whipped in, looking back post, trying to find Akumu. Players down, and nothing called. Monarchs have done a good job getting the second ball in. Portillo is gonna elect to play it safe all the way back to Putna. Going to be lumped forward. Martinez. He'll get the ball out wide. Martinez plays it in directly into the head of Cochran, and Cochran does a good job to clear that one away, out for a throw-in. Brody, he'll go at the defense. Plays it inside the box. Tantalizing ball. Bouncing inside the box, no one home for the Monarchs.
Can the Monarchs keep this pressure on here? They have Phoenix on the back foot right there, but Phoenix has done a great job of staying tight, staying compact, and making every clearance that they need to. Can the Monarchs finally, can they break them down here?
Brody to Chang. Chang just outside the area. He'll be dispossessed. Silva goes down momentarily. Fleming cut out by the Monarchs, and a good defensive shift there by Avila. Portillo quickly tried to get that to Chang. Chang just wasn't ready for it. I don't know why everybody stopped. Not a foul called. Fleming went down. Avila's shin guard was out, and he was pleading his case that it wasn't a foul.
Well, like we said, he's got to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow card right now, Landon, so he can't make stupid fouls or stupid tackles because it's going to put the Monarchs down a man.
He's conceded 4 fouls tonight, Avila. 1 yellow card for him. His 42 touches, 35 passes, and 13 tackles won. Make that 14 tackles won so far in the game. 79th minute of play. Energy is still high. Haven't seen a goal in a little bit, but the energy has just been moving. Both teams trying to see if they can take advantage of the mistakes of the other side.
As we go into the last 15 minutes of this game here, Landon, can the Monarchs take advantage of Phoenix as they get tired?
Silva puts it high in the air. Martinez tries to settle. Rees and Lambert battling. Out wide to Asante. Good overlapping run inside to John. Cleared away momentarily. Avila. He's got to get it off his feet. He's taken down from behind by John. It'll be a free kick for the Monarchs.
He's got to be careful taking his time on the ball there, because when you have a guy like Adam John who constantly puts pressure on you, he's always lurking nearby.
Hurd goes down. Dia took him down. Dia's already sitting on a yellow card. Fleming does a nice job to turn to get around Brody. He'll go forward. Fleming going at the defense. Fleming. Ball taken away by Silva. Did a good job to wait for his moment to step in. Monarchs are going to go forward. Brody trying to find Hurd, and that will be cut off by Dia. Avila. Pepe, as they call him. Powder. Monarchs continually coming to this side, and the ball played too long, trying to find the captain, Brody. 10 minutes left here at Zions Bank Stadium. Dia will take the throw in for Phoenix Rising. Can the Monarchs pull one back to level this game up? Or will Phoenix Rising double their advantage? Asante outside the box. Asante! Goal! Asante with the dagger.
And that's what you want from your captain right there, Landon. He steps up in the big moments, and he helps Phoenix close this game out. You can't let a guy like that dribble inside the 18 and not step to him and put pressure on him. You basically give him a free shot on goal, and a guy like that, he's going to bury it every time, Landon.
This Monarchs side looks a little deflated as this game has gone sideways on them since the first half. 24 minutes in, and they were up 2-0. Now trail 4-2 here in the 82nd minute of play. We're gonna see a substitution from Phoenix coming on here momentarily. James Musa. Aginaga, his night will be done as Musa comes on for Phoenix Rising. Powder. Monarchs still have time if they can figure things out. 2 goals is a task, but it's not impossible. Ruiz out wide to Chang. Chang inside the box. Not a great ball though, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL develop its local talent and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Ruiz goes down. It'll be a free kick for the Monarchs.
Phoenix with a 4-2 lead here. There's no need for them to try and play out from a goal kick. You know the Monarchs are going to be high pressure. Play that ball 60 yards down the field and get your lines up.
Ruiz. He'll bend it in. Looking back stick. Lubin there collects wisely. And an opportunity missed for the Monarchs.
Ruiz found that right space between the Phoenix back line and their goalie, but the ball's a little too lofted, allowing Lubin to come and calmly collect it.
Big ball forward by Lubin. Headed up by Akumu. Portillo battling. And Ruiz. Fleming gonna get an opportunity to turn on the wheels. He turns, faces, defended by 2 Monarchs now. Monarchs trying to clear, but only as far as Musa. Holds it in. Asante tries to turn. Lambert inside and sneaks all the way back to Putna. 85th minute of play. Akumu, he'll put it forward to Hurd. Musa gonna be called for the foul. Monarchs gonna try to go quickly. Chang inside to Martinez. Portillo gets it back to Chang. Chang inside the box. Chang goes down lightly. Hurd up and over the crossbar.
Phoenix doing a great job right now of weathering that storm. They're bending, but they're not breaking. Ball pops out here. Great tackle from Phoenix to stop the shot. Ball pops out to Hurd. All the Phoenix guys sliding at the ball, making it hard on Hurd to get a shot on goal.
Reset here coming. Lubin. Silva rises up. John wins the header. John tries to get it back, but Silva's going to push it forward. Martinez has been working hard all night long. He has a goal to his name, seeing if he can bring another one back for the Monarchs. Hurd gets around Musa. Musa with the half-hearted challenge. Hurd is going to go towards the area, trying to find it. No one home inside the 18 and some frustrated Monarchs. His opportunity goes away.
Come on.
Chang, nice footwork there to get away from 3 defenders in front of him. He'll win a throw-in for the Monarchs. At what point, David, do you have to start throwing more numbers forward if you're the Monarchs?
Very soon here, you're going to want to see the Monarchs go to a 3 at the back here and push either Noah Powder or Andrew Brody forward just to get more numbers into the attack, because there's no point in keeping numbers back right now. You're not preventing a lead or anything like that. You're already losing the game. You have to start getting numbers forward at some point in this game. It's got to be here in the next couple minutes, Landon.
For a second consecutive home game, the Monarchs have been down in this situation, down 4-2. Chang gonna be whistled for the foul.
Kevin Lambert gets extremely lucky there that he has a great recovery tackle, because Michael Chang wins that ball and he is in. And that's where we talk about the Monarchs. They got to make the most of these chances right now, and they're finding themselves in spots to do that, and they're not doing it.
You have to wonder what would have been if the Monarchs had capitalized on some of those early second half opportunities.
I mean, woulda, coulda, shoulda, Landon. Soccer's a cruel game. You have to bury your chances, and Phoenix did that tonight.
All things look to be going the Monarchs' way early in this one, and then the tides turned. This series it's getting closer by the moment to even up. 6-6-1 all time. Final substitution coming here for Phoenix Rising here shortly. Good punch away there by Putna, but not cleared completely. Phoenix Rising still with some numbers forward. Musa. John is going to let it go out for a corner here in the 89th minutes.
You got to love that Adam John still chasing balls down, making it hard on the Monarchs. And if he doesn't shield that ball out there, Marcelo Silva will get to that and clear it up the field.
Substitution coming. Flemings leave the match. Wheeler Aminunu coming on for Phoenix Rising. He'll slot in the middle of the pitch. Stoppage going to be announced here shortly.
Why does he have to leave at the end of the nearest point? It's not the rules yet. The rules haven't changed yet. No, but he can come to, yeah, he doesn't have to come to the nearest point.
It'll be a throw in for the Monarchs. Gonna try to go forward here in the last few. Need to find two to see if they can steal back a point. Settled well by Phoenix. 3 minutes of stoppage. The signage board back towards us shows 35.
Monarchs would like that, wouldn't they?
Yeah. But 3 minutes of stoppage announced. Powder. Komu. Silva plays it forward. Musa's got the ball to Asante. Big ball forward. Cheng tries to settle. It'll be out for a Phoenix Rising throw-in. Balls all over the place as we're unofficially through a minute. Don't ask Atlanta United about stoppage time and the meaning of how unofficial that number truly is.
That's right. We saw what happened last night, but that's only the Phoenix has a 2-goal lead right now, so they gotta finish this game out.
They're doing a good job so far. Look like they have a lot more energy than this Monarch side.
Look at the pressure Phoenix is still putting on the Monarchs. That's a team that wants to win a game right there. They want to be successful. They want to win on the road, and they're going to do that tonight.
Back to Putna. Almost unofficially through 2 of the 3 announced. Phoenix Rising gonna move to 5-2 and opportunity here. Cut out by Andrew Brody as Calistri. Eyes got to be the size of watermelons. Seeing the side of goal, trying to find number 5 here at Zions Bank Stadium.
And this is gonna give Phoenix a chance just to blow another minute off the clock here, Landon.
Phoenix Rising gonna move to 5-2 and 5 on the season with 20 points. Monarchs gonna fall to 5 and 3 on the season. Asante and John, or Calistri, excuse me, in the corner. John there with them. It'll be a throw in for the Monarchs. As this one is just about done. Header one there by Cochran. Phoenix Rising still with possession. 3 minutes unofficially have now passed. With the whistle goes to the mouth of the referee. And that is all she wrote here at Zions Bank Stadium. Phoenix Rising gonna take the full 3 points after an impressive second half by Phoenix.
Very professional performance from Phoenix tonight. They go down 2-0 early on and they don't panic. They have faith in themselves and their offense. They get them back into their game. And last 15 minutes here, the defense that has been a little leaky of recent for Phoenix, they hold strong, and Phoenix gets out of here with a 4-2 win.
Phoenix walks away with the full 3 points, like we mentioned, and a good result for this Rising side. They needed to come in here and figure something out in the true sense of, can they have success on the road against an enemy that knows them very well?
This is a great result for the Rising, okay? This is not an easy place to come and play, and they came in here tonight. They went down 2-0, but they came back. They clawed themselves back into this game, put in a very professional performance, and they're getting out of here with 3 points. And that's a sign of a playoff team right there. To come into a very tough road game, go down, and come out with a win.
Monarchs have a tough challenge in front of them. They'll be quickly on the road this next week in Portland. As we're going to take a quick break and we'll talk about final thoughts and what the Monarchs need to do moving forward to have success early in the week. America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America, start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
A lot can happen when your sidekick is a dog.
Kicker! I got this.
That's why you use Zelle in the Mountain America app. It makes sending and receiving money fast and easy. So Kicker and I can keep the adventure going.
Zelle is now in the Mountain America mobile app. Quickly send and receive money from almost anyone with a bank account in the U.S.
Kicker, my sleeping bag.
I've got this.
All with the convenience and security of the Mountain America app.
For the past 42 years, and with over 28 million sold, more people have put their hard-earned money on a Ford F-Series truck than any other pickup in America. Yeah, I'd say that's money well spent. It's Ford Truck Month, America. Time to join the stampede.
Now get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 financing plus $1,000 trade assist cash, or get over $13,000 in total savings.
Welcome into the beautiful Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman City. Brody inside the 18. Brody shot and a goal! Andrew Brody.
Blake takes the shot and he hammered it home.
Back here at Zions Bank Stadium, Phoenix Rising walk away with all 3 points, and they even up the all-time series in 14 matches. Now we're 6-1. That's pretty crazy.
Very even matchup throughout the years. But tonight, Phoenix got the best of them. Monarchs, they started out hot. You would expect that with the amount of first-team guys that came down tonight to play, so you'd expect the Monarchs to start out well, but you wouldn't expect that little bit of a collapse that they've had tonight. To go up 2 goals and lose the game 4-2, you'd expect more from the quality of the lineup they put out.
And you would have thought at halftime, the way the Monarchs came out, that they were going to answer the call and step up. Opportunities, though, missed, and then Phoenix pounced on things.
Phoenix, they ended the first half extremely well with their pressure, with their offensive firepower, and they started the second half the exact same way. You wanted to see the Monarchs kind of weather that a little bit and kind of counter that and put the pressure on Phoenix, but that never happened. Phoenix, the entire second half, was all over the Monarchs, and I was a little disappointed kind of with the response from the Monarchs.
One of the guys that we have to speak about and had a phenomenal game. He worked hard all night long, and he's a guy we've talked about all season long, Douglas Martinez. Finds that second goal, now 2 goals, 3 assists on the season, and we talk about this. Can he get hot? Can he figure a way to continually get goals game after game? And this may be the way he starts.
Hopefully this kind of propels him on and gives him a little momentum going into the rest of the season. He's put in so much work and hasn't gotten the results on the score sheet. Now, he's got himself a goal tonight. He's got 2 goals, 3 assists on the season. Now, can he keep creeping forward, get a goal here, an assist there? That's what you want from a guy that has that kind of work rate.
Monarchs quickly back in action. Their first midweek game of the 2019 season. They're going to step up to play on May 29th against the Timbers to 8 p.m. as you can check out the upcoming schedule there on the screen for the Monarchs. 29th, and then I'll correct that, not Austin Bold, the Timbers too. On Wednesday. Then here back home at Zions Bank Stadium against Rio Grande Valley. Then on the road again against Colorado Springs, and the schedule as you see moving forward. So a tough few weeks, and now we get into the summer months. Now this is when the grind begins. Can you figure out ways to win games at home and take points on the road?
A tough game tonight. It doesn't get any easier from here, Landon. They're going into one of the top teams in the Western Conference. They're going into their home field here midweek with only a couple days rest. So the Monarchs are going to have to regroup. They're going to have to fix the things that went wrong tonight and fight and fight and fight like you won't believe on the road.
We'd like to thank all those of you who tuned in tonight here on ESPN Plus from our wonderful production crew that makes this happen, David Horst, Landon Southwick, and we'll catch you next time right here on ESPN Plus.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.